Okay, so I'm gonna leave this one a link to the other one, the other review that I just did. I'm gonna probably that one's gonna go up before this one, and I got carried away and distracted. See, this is the problem with doing things unscripted, is I forget things I'm supposed to say. As far as drawbacks on using the E5 2680 and the LG 2011. They don't support Windows 11. So that might be something that's a deal breaker for some of y'all. For me, again, no. $250 to $300 range for a dedicated gaming PC that is still a computer that does plenty of other things. I think it's hard to argue the price. This one in particular has become my new favorite. Of course, you can see I spent a little bit more money on this one with aesthetics. But I think in this one it was really worth the extra money. I think the white cables extensions make a huge difference on that overall look. Now, the case was $31, AliExpress. The pros and cons from AliExpress case, right? So the case isn't very big. Like, it's a legit ass micro ATX, right? So the problem being with that is it ships from China as a medium-sized package, which means it goes by cargo overseas. So the motherboards and the smaller items I get quick within a week, but the case took me a month to the day to receive it. Now, it was $30, but of course I think the overall total spent for the case kind of balances itself out. It doesn't come with fans, so I had to buy fans. Got my 3 fans, and it also doesn't come ready for ARGB, so I had to buy an ARGB controller. The ARGB controller I bought was on Amazon, was $14. The fans totaled out to be around $13, almost $14. So you put that together with the cost of the case, you're looking at nearly $60 total. Now, my rule of thumb is to not really spend more than $50 for a case when you're looking for a budget deal, but it is what it is. I like the case, and I still think it justifies the cost. I can want it because it looks so good. I mark it up at a higher price, and I've already got a lot of bytes on the computer, so I will definitely be getting these again. I am a little impatient, like anybody would be when you buy something, but you know, it is what it is. I think I'm gonna probably buy 2 or 3 of these the next time I sell a PC. Now, there are a lot of, that did come with, I made sure the ARGB controller I got came with an actual control. Now, you can use the reset button to pan through it, but you can see there's a lot of different modes on here, so it takes forever. So, my personal favorites for the case colors are orange, white that looks tinted blue on the camera, but it is white, green, the purple, and like the lighter blue. I like those. And I'm good on the strobing effects. I really don't like the strobing effects too much. I like to pick a color and stay with it. Now, if you saw the other review, then you know this is a very, very similar setup. This is a GTX 980 as well. Again, another excuse me, another LGA 2011 with a E5 2680 version 4, which is my go-to setup. The difference being this time is there's a Zotac triple fan versus the Asus double fan in the other one. Now, again, when I was talking about the variants in the market, I bought that triple fan for like $65, but I just got another one today. I saw listed, and I watched it, and I got an offer from the seller for it was like an offer was like for $50 and change. I made a counter offer. I think I paid total of $45 for it. So again, saved a decent amount of money this time around because I didn't really need it. I already have a couple extra graphics cards, but I very much like the way this thing looks in here. It's silver, and I think it fits nice with the theme. Like, of course, I don't have a white graphics card, but this silver does blend in better with the color than a black graphics card would, or a blower style with the green board being sticking out the backside. So to go over the price on this one total, it has $297.54. So it is a $300 build. But this is also because, again, like I said, I paid a little bit more money on this go around just because the market fluctuates a little bit. The motherboard combo this time cost me $78.92 versus the other one that cost me only $68. So there's $10 extra there. When you're pinching pennies, that matters. The triple fan GPU cost me $64.31. The 650 Aries Game PSU was $48.40. Of course, the case instead was $31, so $31.31. The SSD is a 512 gigabyte, cost me $30.90. This one is I don't even know how to say that shit. There's that. And of course the case fans were $13.84. The RGB controller hub was $14.93. And the CPU fan, that's the one I was talking about in the other build where I ordered it from AliExpress. See, it come with the plastic bracket there. Or it doesn't come with the plastic bracket, it came without it. But if you do if you get a motherboard that doesn't have the bracket already included, most of the ones I bought recently do. I think they're only like $1 on AliExpress. Now, of course, I guess there's a shipping or whatnot. I haven't selected it to actually see the details simply because of the fact that I haven't needed to. I have extra ones. So again, some money could have been saved here on the decorations. As a matter of fact, actually no, it's not. It's not fair to say because I'm not sure if I included that with the overall price. They're not listed on here. It's $297 without the cables. So the cables were like 18 and change. So I guess that actually puts it over $300 into the $300 range there instead of the high 200s. But again, I don't regret it. I was kind of iffy on it. I didn't know how much of a difference it would make. But it's one of those things that when you see it in person, it makes a huge difference. It looks phenomenally better. All right, so there's not really that much else to talk about there. Of course, like I said, the 980 and the GTX 1080 are my go-to cards. So, yeah, the 1080 will cost you more money than this, but this particular one, I was willing to pay more for because I had the triple fans. So it was a $60 buy. And I have gotten 1080s multiple times in the $85 to $95 range. So bumping up to the 1080 wouldn't have been that much more money. But this one was simply an aesthetic in mind build. So I did sacrifice a little bit of performance. Or I did sacrifice performance to go for aesthetics in this. That's true. Because the 1080 the 1080 blower style just wouldn't look as good in here as this 980 does. But again, you're playing multiple AAA titles, a bunch of them at high settings. Black Myth Wukong low settings. Fortnite, plays just fine, high FPS on performance mode, and whatnot. So I think that the 980 is still plenty. If you want to, of course, if you want to get the best quality picture, if you're worried about the graphics, then yes, there are plenty of other cards you can get that would still be considered budget-wise that are better. But I think that if you're just wanting to build a computer for as cheap as you could possibly can and still competently play those games without issue, the 980 is the route to go. And of course, like the other build was $259 for that build. And it's in a white case, and I think the white case looks very good. And this one is right around the $300 mark. But again, this is an aesthetic build versus performance. And even though the other one is more performance oriented than aesthetics, I still think it winds up looking incredibly well. But again, guys, you have to not rush to buy things. You have to play the market a little bit and actually take some time to dig around and look. And I guess just develop your own habits. Of course, you can use the ones I've recommended. You don't have to do things my way. You can do things your own way. But in just a short amount of time, I went from making bad buys, bad decisions, spending the same money I spend for these machines and getting way less performance out of it versus going and deliberately hunting for specifically what I needed to maximize the performance for $1. I think it's hard. It's really hard to go less than $250 and still get this kind of performance. I think maybe $220, $230 if you go with a dog ugly case, or of course if you're using more used parts, if you're getting more secondhand parts for lower dollar, I guess. But I think I've already kind of cracked the code on the lowest dollar items you can use and still have it be brand new. And I think I have 7 or 8 builds now at this point, and they're all very similarly priced from the moment I got the go-to buy list. Now that it's like, hey, this is the kind of level PC I want to build, so these are what I need to buy. All right, guys. So again, benchmarking done on a separate video. Yes, there'll be the same benchmarking for the same ones, but I've hooked this up I've hooked this up to this monitor. I had it running. I ran through the test just to make sure everything was good and it's where it was supposed to be. I just thought it was redundant. Like I already kind of double tap everything I do here. Like I make a compilation video for each system because I listed on Java, so I want to have multiple in one. But then to play the algorithm, guys, I do also break the compilation down to individual things because if somebody's specifically searching for that and that title is the title, it's very, instead of like a whole bunch of title names smashed together, it does garner more views. And my individual videos have brought in more viewership than the compilation one. I think one of my compilation videos like 20 views, 15 views versus a single style video by itself with the same machine being over 100. So guys, yeah, for some of the benchmarking videos, I'm going to try not to flood too often, but you are going to see some repetitiveness. Honestly, that computer right there is that's my 7700 in there. And I did realize that I didn't maximize the settings on that after all. So I need to plug that one back up and go through and really max out the settings. And plus I haven't taken any 1440p benchmarking. So I do need to touch on that one again. And my Ryzen Intel setup, I did neglect to go, like I just did Fortnite and I didn't go anything else because at the time when I first built it, I didn't really have any other games. Now that's changed. The library's expanded a little bit. So I need to go test it again because in Fortnite, this graphics card is a pain in the ass headache that's disappointing and underwhelming. But in Wukong, it was pretty fine. But again, I didn't really stress test the maximum capability of it. All I did was put it in compatibility mode, and I think in compatibility mode it runs at high settings. So I got to double check to make sure, which I'm going to do right after I finish this. So again, guys, thanks for watching, and peace.